Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MJR YouTube channel. Odhiambo leaders and Odhiambo party finding it very difficult to explain to Kenyans how they are going to double up as part of the government and also the official opposition party, and the way they are going to run opposition activities. It is something which will take them time to persuade Kenyans that indeed they are not part of the government. I read a tweet which was made by Millys Odhiambo, who is currently the minority chief whip in the National Assembly. And in that tweet, and I will just mention part of that tweet. I may not quote it precisely as she wrote it, but in essence, the tweet was saying that when a snake swallows a frog, all frog content becomes a snake, and that she doesn't recognize Mbadi again because, number one, Mbadi accepted to become a CS, and number two, he is meeting with the IMF boss, and he marked number 3 and 4th position without mentioning any reason for her not to recognize John Mbadi again. That is very powerful. How Millys Odhiambo would come out with such strong condemnation against her former party chairman, and in fact at some point was her minority leader in the National Assembly. And Mbadi is sitting at the eye of the storm. And before I mention areas where I feel will substantiate my analysis today, allow me to invite those who are coming across our videos or our channel for the first time that please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, and also do not forget to click the notification bell. And to our subscribers, I want to say that we don't take your support for granted. And do not forget also to share your opinion on the comment section. And this is how I feel that Mbadi is sitting at the eye of the storm, because Mbadi started receiving criticism at the moment he accepted the nomination to become the next CS for Treasury when President William Ruto reorganized his cabinet. Because we know that the June 25th Gen Z's protest that led to the rebirth of a new Kenya, which many say that it changed the conversation in this country, was the cause of Finance Bill 2024. And as we speak now, Mbadi and the Treasury are in the path to relook into the Finance Bill and how they will try to choose amongst the clauses that were in the Finance Bill. And I read another tweet which Mbadi was saying that there was a proposal that the 53 clauses in that Finance Bill 2024, which was rejected, are good and should be reconsidered to be enacted. And he said that instead he reduced them to 49. So amongst these 49, there was a clause which was talking about the taxes on eco tax, which I think will touch on issues on things that are being imported and are not environmental friendly. That he says that that tax is good and should be accepted. So those are the things that I feel that Milly mentioned, which makes Mbadi an enemy of the people. Number two is the meeting he held with the IMF boss. You know, that the Finance Bill 2024 was said that it was an IMF bill. It was drafted by the IMF experts, and that bill was not written in Kenya, and it was not Kenyan finance bill. It was an IMF and American finance bill, and that is why Kenyans came out in large numbers to reject that bill, and the president had no otherwise but to drop the bill. And when Mbadi meet such a man who has been demonized and has been vilified to that extent, people who are considered to be the enemy of our economy, people who have been considered to have imposed punitive taxes on the people of Kenya, if you meet such a man, the country and the citizens will look at you and see you as anti-people person. So Mbadi is at a very dangerous docket. What Mbadi needs now is prayers and supplication. Today, I saw Mbadi posting him meeting KRA staff, and he said in his first meeting that there are areas which he need to look into, areas touching onto the accountancy and revenue collection. And when he met the KRA, he said that we need to know how much we can collect and budget within our means, and Kenyans will live within their means. So after that, we thought that Mbadi is the man to change the Kenyan economy. But Ruto tricked Raila Odinga and ODM party by nominating Mbadi to the CS position, and this is the engine that drives the country. This is where the people focuses. This is where the Kenyan and the country's hope is, because the government is the custodian of people's taxes and people's resources, and the treasury is where all our finances are accumulated and then budgeted too. And we know at the moment the reason why Jimmy Wanjigi is at the loggerhead with the government is the issue of dubious debts and how the books are balanced at the treasury. Jimmy Wanjigi have been on a path to talk to the people of Kenya about the debts and the accrued debts, and the debts that we have been paying, and how much we have paid, and how much we still owe the international monetary institutions. So I think Mbadi is at is walking a very tightrope. Professor Njuguna Ndung'u recently gave some exposés and how he was against some government policies, but nobody listened to his ideologies. Do you think they will listen to Mbadi? Even if Mbadi had some good ideas that would change our revenue collection and would change our approach, how to budget within our means, how to walk out on this debt trap. Those are the things that Kenyans are still putting some question mark if the government which Mbadi entered into and the bottom-up policy and economic model of the Kenya Kwanza administration, if at all he understands it, if he will implement it, because he must implement it. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, may I take this time to appreciate you for your humble time to listen to our podcast.